Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Cars Unlocked. My name is Christopher and I'm currently sitting in a 2017 Nissan Rouge SL, and I'm going to be going through the ins and outs of the Nissan Entertainment System. This one comes equipped with the navigation, the full infotainment package, so I'm going to go through everything from the GPS to the satellite radio to the cameras to setting up your phone to the app functionality. So there's nothing to it but to do it, so let's get to it. Right now you're staring at the Nissan's 8-inch LED display. Very vivid, big upgrades from some of the older models, but I'm going to start with the Sirius satellite radio. So it does come with the XFM equipped. Nissan gives it to you free for 90 days when you purchase your vehicle, and then you can continue to subscribe or not subscribe. There's over 300 different channels of all different music category. As you can see, I'm going through sports, I'm going through hip-hop, business, news, comedy. There's all different channels that you can display. You can use the tuner on the far right to go through your stations. And you can set up to 6 presets by using the touchscreen here. You just click and hold on the channel you want, and now it's set for preset 4. With the XFM, there's an XFM1, an SXM2, and an SXM3. So you can have up to 18 different presets saved for your satellite radio. You can go to the Sirius satellite and browse through all the channels. I'm not going to go through all the channels because there's a whole whack of them, but you can see it does show the channel art there and your station name right on the screen. You can search by tuning it. You can search through the categories here by clicking the bottom right, and I can go through the different categories. See, I can see all the rock stations, and then I can go through and select which rock station we want. If we want the Tom Petty station, we can pick the Tom Petty station. Another cool feature about the XFM, if say you listen to a song and you want to listen to the song again, you can hit this replay button and it will go back to what you just listened to. There it's showing the last 30 seconds since I switched to the Tom Petty radio. So if you listen to a song you like, you want to hear it again, or you miss a news update and you want to hear it again, you can use the replay to go back. And then once you're done, you just hit the exit there. The setup is pretty straightforward. You can set all your preset stations on the setup if you don't want to use the previous way I showed you with the touch screen here. But very easy. The Sirius XM is very cool. Check it out. The AM FM works the same. You can switch to the AM FM by going to the top left here and hitting the FM AM button. And then it works the same way. I can use the tune here, or I can use the touch screen to tune my station. And then once I select the station, I can save it as a preset the same way. There's an FM1 and an FM2 and an AM, as you can see. So you can have 12 FM presets and you can have 1 AM preset. Then there is the CD. So CD is pretty straightforward. You load your CD in the top, and then you can use the touch screen to navigate the controls, play, pause, repeat, skip track, and fast forward. The auxiliary, there's a couple different ways to use the auxiliary. You can plug into the auxiliary import with an auxiliary cord. You can use the USB. You can even use a USB memory stick as well if you have songs saved on the thumb drive. And then there's an iPod menu if you have an iPod plugged in, USB menu, and it's just going to go through the controls on the touch screen. One of my favorite ways to play music is using the Bluetooth audio. So as long as you have your phone synced to the Bluetooth, you can play whatever songs you have on your phone, which I'll show you in a second here. That is mainly how you can play music. Let's set up the phone and I can display that. So to set up the phone, on the right of our screen is a phone button. I'm just going to click that. And I'm going to sync this to my Galaxy. I have my Galaxy I think this one's an S7 here. But you're just going to turn your Bluetooth on right at the top, and then it's going to pop up, and there it goes. I've already connected my phone to this car, so it automatically connected when I turn my Bluetooth on. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the settings, and I'm going to disconnect this phone. So I just go to the Bluetooth settings, delete connected device, and now I can delete my phone. And now I'm going to show you how to sync it up all right from scratch. So once again, I'm going to go to my phone menu. I'm going to click connect new device, and then I'm going to go into the settings of my Android here, as you can see, and it's just going to scan, and it's going to be called My Rogue. As you can see there, it'll be my car or Nissan. And now I just got to confirm the passkeys match. So yes, the passcode matches. I press OK on my phone, and now it's connected. It's going to take a minute or two to load my phone book. As you can see, it will take a minute to do that, but it's loading up there now. So now that my phone's synced, I'll first start by playing some music. So I'll just go to the auxiliary button and go to my Bluetooth audio, and then I can go to my YouTube app, or I can go to any music that I have on my phone, and I can play music that way. So I'm just going to load up a quick YouTube video from my channel, and then it's going to start playing here. Turn the volume up on the car, and my video starts playing, and you can hear the audio of the video in the background. So really good if you're listening to music, or if you're listening to a YouTube video on your phone, you can play it right from the car so everybody can hear. To use the phone, now that I have my phone set up, there's a couple ways to make calls. The one is using the touch screen here. So as you can see, my phone book's all loaded in there. There's all my contacts. I can just click a contact and I can call them here. If I want to call anybody, I just click the contact, and there I can just make a call by clicking his phone number there. You can also go through your call list, so you can see my incoming, my outgoing, all my most recent calls are all in there. Or I can redial if I want to redial. There's my last person. Or I can just dial manually, right, if I know the number. The other way is to use the voice commands. So right on the steering wheel, I press our voice command button.
Please say a category like phone, or
and I would just say call anybody. I would say
followed by a brand name.
Call Nissan.
Calling Nissan S.
So now it's going to call them. I've declined the call because we're making a video here, so I'm not going to let the call go through. But the voice commands is pretty easy once you get the hang of it, and it prevents you from using your phone, avoiding those tickets and those car accidents that being on your phone can cause. The last way to do it is just to pick up your phone and dial, and the radio will shut off, and you'll hear your voice through the speakers once you get connected on the call there. So that's basically the phone. There are a few other things you can do with the phone. If you right click here and go to the apps, you can see my apps here. I don't have too many apps loaded on my phone that are compatible. Right now I just have the Facebook and the Google online search. You do have to download the Nissan Connect app in order to set all that up. I'm going to save that for another video, because there's all different apps you can use. There's things like iHeartRadio app, there's Sirius satellite radio apps. There's all different apps you can use to function with the vehicle. So I'm going to go through that later, but you can see I can do a Google online search or check my Facebook. One key thing to note about this stuff is it does use the data on your cell phone. So if you don't have a maximum data plan, you are gonna pay when you get your cell phone bill for using all that data. But the apps are pretty cool. Check them out. Check out the Nissan Connect, and let me know what you think of that. When you download the Nissan Connect, you can also subscribe to the Nissan Connect services, which are things like Google Send to Car. So for example, if I'm on my laptop in my office and I want to send a destination to my car, I can send it straight to the car, and then it's already programmed in when I get in the car. I can also do a connected Google search. I can have a journey plan. It will kind of plan out a road trip for me. And you can send a certain destination to your car. There's all different things you can do with the Nissan Connect services once you have the subscription. I'm going to move on to the GPS, because this is what most people like nowadays, is the GPS. So you can see my map here. I can zoom in and out right on my map, and it's going to pinpoint my location the further I zoom in. You can enter a destination in many different ways. The first way is using the button here. I just hit this nav button, and then I can see there's a couple ways to enter the destination. Street address, previous address, points of interest, my home I can save in there, and there's a few other ways on the next page. But let's start with the street address. You can see I can enter by the house, the street number. So why don't we go city, and let's just type in a random address of the dealership here. Today I'm at Collins Nissan, 155 Scott Street. So I'm going to type that in. You just use the touch screen here. It's pretty straightforward. If you know how to use a cell phone, you'll know how to use the GPS here. And then you just finish St. Catharines, and it auto-populates for me. So now it's saved. I can just hit start, and it's going to calculate the fastest route.
Is complete. Proceed to the nearest road.
So the robot lady will give me directions as they go. You can see my finish line there. That's where the dealership is. You can see points of interest around. So there's a gas station around, and then there's a lot of food places around the dealership. Once I have an address punched in, I can hear my next turn by pushing the voice.
Your location is not on the known road.
So it's just telling me that I'm in a parking lot right now. In my options, I can hit options, and I can see my full turn list. So here it will tell me my full turn list, so I can give directions or know where I'm going. I can check the traffic updates. Again, the traffic does come with the satellite radio subscription, so if you don't subscribe to that, you won't get the traffic updates. I can cancel my route using the cancel. I can see what points of interest are along the way. If I want to stop and get a bite to eat, I can see restaurant, and it will tell me the closest restaurants along the route, or gas stations, bathrooms. There's all different things you can find with the points of interest. Here I can change some different settings. So in my routing options, you can see I can minimize highways if I don't want to go on the highway. If I want to avoid tolls, I can avoid tolls. There's different things you can do with the routing options here. And then the guidance settings is just how it displays. If I want 2D or 3D view, the voice commands on, the volume, automatic zoom. There's all different things you can display with the guidance settings, and you can adjust it to your preferences. I'm going to cancel the route and show you a few other ways to enter a destination. So you can enter a destination, you can check out your previous. So there you can see what I just typed in, 155 Scott Street. This is the coolest one. You can go to your Google points of interest, and I can find, if I'm in a city I don't really know very well, I can search and find my nearest gas station. Or if I'm running low on fuel, I can find one. There's 1.1 kilometers away. There's all different categories. I would just go near my location and search through. If I want to find a mechanic, I can find a mechanic, or a gas station, hotels. You can see all the different categories here. If I want to find shopping, you can find it all there. Parking, if I need to find parking, if I'm getting lost in downtown Toronto, here's all the municipal parking. Or I can find an ATM. There's all different categories. So that's the points of interest. I can also save my home in there. I don't recommend saving your home in the car, because if someone steals your car, then they know where your home is. But you can always save your home so you can never get lost and you always know how to get home. I recommend going to the next page and saving your home in your address book. So you can just add a new entry when you're in your driveway. Just save the current position and you'll see it will be saved there. So there you go. I'm in a parking lot, so it's saying unnamed road is saved, and there it is in my address book, and I can just click that. The address book is pretty neat. If you know the intersection of where you want to go, if someone says meet me at Main Street and First Street, you can just put that into the intersection. You can say take me to the downtown core of whatever city you are in, or you can do the points of interest and connected search like I explained. So that's really the nav. The other way to put an address in is using the voice commands. So you would just
a category like phone or a command like points of interest followed by a brand name.
So you would just need to follow the commands and say street address or navigation, and then this robot lady will walk you through. You'll notice when using
voice recognition.
You'll notice when using the voice commands that she goes through that little quick instruction every time I turn it on. So I push the button.
Please say a category like phone or a command like points of interest followed by a brand name.
And then you really have to wait until she's done talking to say your command. Once it's orange, you can say your command. Once you get the hang of it, you won't want to wait for her. You won't want to wait for her every time. So you just need to push the talk button twice, and it's going to automatically cut her off and listen for your command. So I'll show you now.
Please say a category like phone or a command like...
And then now I can say my command. So once I push it a second time, it's ready to listen for my command. So you don't have to listen to her every time. Another cool feature about going up to this larger screen and in this SL package is you do get the 360 camera. So you can see normal cars would have just the backup camera here, but most of the Nissans come with this around view monitor where I can see all four sides of the car, and I have the moving object detection. Right now I'm in park, so my guidance lines are showing me the front view. Once I flip it to reverse, it will show the back view. And then I can press the camera button one more time, and here's my parallel view, which I can use for parallel parking. So a lot of cool things that it will display there. I can change the brightness of the screen. If I push the apps, it's going to go through my settings, and here I can change any settings that I want. I can change my radio settings. You can turn the speed sensitive volume up. If you want a louder bass, you can turn the bass up. There's all different things you can do there. System is more like your clock on daylight savings times. Any settings you want to change. Temperature you can change from Fahrenheit to Celsius. They pretty much set everything up when you pick up the car, but you can go in if it's not to your preference. You can see I can change the navigation settings, my phone settings. Here I showed you if you want to delete a device. If you have more than one device connected, you can go to select connected device, and all your phones will be listed there, and you can pick which one you want. Traffic settings, you can show it will display the accidents and things like that on the highway. And your satellite radio, there's all your satellite radio information. So that's just a quick tour of the Nissan Infotainment System. I'm going to try to do the Nissan Connect apps very soon, but if you have any questions about the Nissan Entertainment System, don't hesitate to contact me in the comment section below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, and let me know what you think of the Nissan Connect system. I will be doing the Nissan Maxima system because it is a little different. The one that comes in the Nissan Maxima and the Murano is slightly different from the Rogue, so stay tuned for that, and let me know if you have any questions. Thanks again for watching, and stay tuned for more unlocks.